Hi, and welcome to another episode of Irtiza versus Mustafa Sports Talk. Today we're going to be discussing a topic that touches everyone in this world. It has impacted the lives of almost everyone in this world at some point in their lives. And of course, we're talking about mental health. And the reason why we're discussing mental health today is because of Simone Biles and her decision to pull out of the Olympics and the negative criticism that she's been facing, as well as those people that are supporting her, all the positivity she's been receiving. Hope she gets well soon, and that's what we're going to be discussing.
Okay, before you dive more into this, I just gotta stop it right here. A lot of people have been criticizing Simone Biles. You guys gotta stop it. How are you gonna criticize someone suffering from mental health issues? You can't do that. Specifically, people like Michael Bisping and saying that are saying that she's being selfish because she's taking another person's spot in the Olympics. Now that might have been the dumbest thing I've ever heard people say. If she's suffering from depression or anxiety during the Olympics, she's not gonna magically know that she's gonna start having mental health breakdown or something like that during the Olympics. Maybe it's too much pressure for her, so she has to pull out. She's not going into the Olympics thinking that, oh, I'm going to pull out after a couple of events. Like, come on, man. You guys got to have some empathy. Like, give her a break. Especially, specifically to Michael Bisping saying that she's being selfish. Michael Bisping, first, no one knows who you are. You never have the pressure like Simone Biles. You've never been considered the greatest. She's considered one of the greatest of all time. So, give her a break. Come on. Mental health comes first. Okay? Mental health is just as important as physical health. Now, when an athlete can't compete due to their physical health, no one makes it a big deal. But when someone pulls out due to mental health problems, then you're starting to criticize her. Like, Michael Bisping, who are you? You champion for a day? Like, come on, man. And a lot of other people are saying the same thing. But you guys don't understand. She might not have been feeling this way before the Olympics. So how's she gonna know if she's gonna pull out and not compete in all her events? Maybe during the Olympics she went through something. Maybe it's a family issue. Maybe it's a personal issue. Maybe nothing to do with the sport. Maybe it's not even to do with the pressure of the Olympics. Maybe it is to do with the pressure of the Olympics. You don't know. You gotta give people a break. Mental health comes first over any medals. Your health comes first generally over any medals or finals or anything like that, championships. So that doesn't matter. What matters is about taking care of yourself. And I think I gotta give a shout out to DeMar DeRozan because I feel he started this movement for athletes coming out and bringing up mental health issues and stuff and bringing the importance and awareness towards mental health, which is really needed because people consider it not as big of a deal as being physically hurt, but sometimes it's even worse because you can recover from being physically hurt, but sometimes you can't recover from being mentally hurt. So shout out to DeMar DeRozan and all the people that have come out since then, and Simone Biles. I hope she does better, and everyone suffering from mental health, and I hope she can compete maybe next Olympics. Or if she doesn't want to compete, she doesn't need to compete. But hopefully she gets better and people support her decision.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you, and I agree with Simone Biles' decision to pull out of the Olympics. I mean, it's hard to put yourself in her shoes, but almost anyone in any career, any time in their lives have faced mental health issues. Whether you're a student or whether you're working as a construction worker or healthcare professional or anyone in this world really has faced some sort of mental health issue due to the anxiety that comes with certain careers, due to just everyday life. We have our ups and downs, and it's easy to criticize someone, but it's hard to put yourself in the shoes of someone at her level with the pressures that she's facing. So I definitely commend her for what she's done. And I commend DeMar DeRozan for starting this movement of athletes speaking out about mental health, as well as people like Justin Bieber supporting her and encouraging her decision, because I believe he's done the same as well, where he has cancelled a show due to his mental health. And I think it's very important because we see a lot of celebrities that, they don't cancel their shows, they don't cancel their events, and they go through suffering with depression. And a lot of times you have a lot of negative consequences. People overdose, people commit suicide, and it's a very sad event. So definitely agree with her, and everyone criticizing her. I mean, it makes no sense. You're not in her shoes. You're not in the same position as her. My brother brought up Michael Bisping. Yes, Michael Bisping is an athlete. He's faced a lot of pressure, but everyone is different, and everyone deals with pressure in a different way.
And Michael Bisping has not faced the pressure that she has gone through, because Michael Bisping is never considered the best ever.
That's true.
And Olympics is a whole new level of like a level of competition. Now, I know fighting is dangerous and all that stuff, but Michael Bisping is not. It's not like George St. Pierre, where he's considered the best, and every time he goes out, he has to not just beat the guy, but beat the guy in a dominant fashion. It's nothing like that. Everyone was shocked when Michael Bisping won.
I agree, and I'm glad you brought up George St. Pierre. George St. Pierre also took time off in the prime of his career when he was dominating his opponents because of his mental health. He needed that break, and sometimes you need that break. It's hard to deal with fans. It's hard to deal with the expectation of family, teammates, a nation is on her shoulders as the most popular gymnast in the country.
And since we're bringing up MMA fighters, Conor McGregor is the most famous UFC fighter of all time. Now, I believe the way he acted in the past few years is due to too much pressure and him not taking care of his mental health. Now, I'm not sure if that's true or not, but I think that's due to him not taking care of his mental health and trying to go fight through it. So he needed this time off to recover and take time to take care of himself. And we need to support people like that are suffering from mental health, because you can't see it. So you have to support their decision, and we gotta support Simone Biles.
Yes, I definitely agree, and I'm glad you brought up Conor McGregor. Someone like Khabib, the greatest fighter possibly ever, took time off after an unfortunate death of his father, which he needed to. He needed to take that time off.
Yeah,
he needed to. He fought once after without his father being in his corner, but he needed to retire. I understand. I fully support his decision as well. Yes, you're at the top. Yes, you have a few good years left, but your mental health is more important. What he did was the right decision, and we've seen other athletes, other fighters that didn't make that decision. And they face the consequences of it. They had a downhill spiral from things outside of the fight game, outside of their respective sports, and we've seen it turn into a very negative situation. So I commend her for her decision, and we fully support her.
Okay, but yeah, and I agree with you, but we also need to give people their time and space. Like, these athletes feel too much pressure, and like Toronto Raptors not Toronto Raptors, Los Angeles Lakers, when they won the championship. Before that, when Danny Green was missing a few threes, people were threatening his wife and his family. Like, you can't be doing that. First of all, none of us are. Usually, the people commentating are not professionals. You've never played at such a high level, so you don't know how it feels and how you can perform at that type of level with that much pressure on you. So, especially in soccer too, soccer and cricket, where there's a lot more fans and eyes on you, and a lot more pressure on you to perform. So we got to take it a bit easy. And people like Michael Bisping and people calling out Simone Biles and other people for taking time off, you guys just got to stop it. Once again, Michael Bisping, no one really cares about you. Not saying like nothing negative happened to you, but I'm saying no one like really cares about you as an athlete. Like, you're not nowhere near the level of being on Simone Biles' level or anyone in the top like that. So you can keep your opinion to yourself, and we support mental health, and we will always support mental health, and mental health matters just as much as physical health. So thank you for listening. Take care. And once again, this has been Sports Talk from 2 Canucks Up North.